jungle in Miami, and I've got a special guest. I hope the wait was worth it because I deliver like I always do. Michael Koester, live and in person here in Miami. We'll wait till we get some people in here, or we won't, because you are just the one that likes to shit all over everybody. Why don't you give out what next week's Friday drop is before people get in here?
Yeah, I might as well. I think it's the one I'm wearing, right?
Oh, is it? Shit. So welcome in. I'm glad to have you on the show. I believe it's like your fourth or fifth time, maybe.
Yeah,
being
I
on
think
the
so.
show.
Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, we've done Vegas. I've popped on remotely. Every time I pop on, there's like screaming children in the background, so that's a nice change.
Hey, it's life. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
But it sounds like they extended the bar for an hour, so it won't be long till there's screaming children here.
Yeah, open bar, open bar. Lots of Goorin fans. It adds for a disaster, probably.
It's gonna
right?
be. Yeah. The jungle is about to get wild.
Yeah, for sure. So, what did you think of the night? Let people here are, excited and everything. It seemed like a good event overall. It seemed like everybody had a good time. What did you think? I mean, what was your feedback that you?
I didn't have any expectations. I honestly just I trusted that Angela and Drew and Allison were gonna set this off. They've been talking about this for a long time, so I knew that their heart was in it, and I was really just willing to come. I don't, if somebody wants to put me on an airplane,
right?
I'll go.
Especially to Miami,
yeah.
Right? I mean,
I don't have to wear this around all night now. I feel like
yeah. But I think it's gone really good. It's been really cool to meet people. We've met, there's people from all over. There's people from professional sports players here. There's like this whole crew of dudes from Sweden. It's been it's like a really cool mix of people. Some people from other brands have showed up. And then I just got hit with a Q&A that once again proves my theory that when people have to say stuff to my face, they're way fucking nicer.
it was so mild.
Yeah.
It was so mild. Like, there was no shitting on you or anything.
Come on.
Like,
you had a nut fall.
where did that come from?
This guy.
It's the fault. People are throwing. Now it's not
now
mild
people
anymore.
are
People are
mad.
gonna throw shit
Now
at us.
people are mad.
But
Yeah.
so what's I talked to you in the beginning of the year in
Yeah.
February. We
Yeah.
talked at the trade show. I think prospects for the year were very high and hopeful and everything.
Absolutely.
Did the year turn out how you anticipated, or is there anything that you feel like? What's the positives? Obviously,
Yeah.
start with that first. Like, you're happy with.
I feel like the product has been pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, a lot of what has come out has been really good, and I'm always proud of the Friday drops, even when they suck. They're sort of like my kids. So.
But do they suck?
Sometimes they suck, but if they suck, they suck on purpose.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to design something that sucks on purpose.
Right.
But no, the whole point of the Friday drops. This is an insider tip, not really, but a whole point of the Friday drops is that some people don't fucking like some of them.
Right. They're not all home runs.
That's the goal. The goal is to test and explore and try stuff with the lab. So I do feel like we've actually hit that really well this year with the Friday drops. Disappointing with some and just really exciting people with others. I think that's really the goal with the Friday drops. If anything, I think the biggest miss all year is that there just weren't enough weeks to fit all of our capsules in enough time to space them out.
Right, yeah, because we've had back-to-back weeks now. At the end. It seems like that happens every year. Last year in October, it seemed like we got slammed, and then it becomes overwhelming for people. We got 3 or 5 capsules in a 2-month span or whatever.
Right.
And then this year the same thing again. So but that's production thing usually.
Yeah,
right?
it just has to do with when we get the hats, and also it's not just the hats, it's the campaigns, it's the photo shoots, it's everything it's an army of people that make that push notification hit you on the app. It's an army of folks responsible for it. And I honestly, if we just had 2-3 more weeks, one more month, if we had one more month,
13-month year.
Yeah,
the Baker's dozen
year. It would
year.
have really worked out. It would have been great, and people would have been a little bit less I feel like so many people are like people always like facetiously like, oh man, stop dropping dope hats, like my wallet can't take it.
Right.
But like right now they're like, my wallet literally can't take it.
Yeah, it's holiday season.
Yeah,
and it's
so
like
I mean, you know,
$75 capsules. And
exactly.
all that stuff.
That said, insert coin on Thursday.
Hey, there we go again. 4 hats this time though, right?
4 hats.
What's the price point on those? Can you shout that out?
I don't know for sure, but I think 55 to 60 range.
Okay.
Might even be 50 actually.
All right.
They're more fun than the last round of insert coin.
But less of them.
Yes, that's part of why they're more fun. Awesome. Got to do a little bit more with the design.
So, is there a Friday drop from this year that you wish might have turned out differently? Like, I mean, you design it, and then it goes to production and everything.
Yeah.
Is there like one that like sticks out to you that like you wish you could have back to read it?
I think there's probably a few. Man, I don't know. The year's been so long. I feel like you're leading me. I feel like you have one that you think that I'm.
Well,
gonna
all right.
say.
What? So like I would say bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Yeah. So that's actually, man. I'm gonna just ask you the questions back.
Here's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Like it's on Jimmy Fallon in
Yeah.
the show here.
No,
so I'm like,
yeah,
we don't
no,
do the pre-interview though.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah. I think actually, and that reminds me of another good one. But I
Yes.
think bulletproof for sure because
Yep.
that patch was just like absolute like stomper of a patch.
Yep.
And we've actually, because of that, talked about if we could maybe see it again in a limited capsule or something.
Cool.
So that's a good one. But also in that same vein, I wish I had more time to design the redneck because I could have made it funnier.
Yes.
Like it was funny, but I could have made it funnier.
Okay.
Truck nuts on a hat. One of my prouder moments for the year, but we could have gone further.
I'll take it. I rock that hat without the nuts, but you know, like anytime I do see one of like the Hat Talk Army wearing it, I go, hey, you got those nuts hanging on your neck?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's always usually no, but
Yeah.
pretty
That's
funny
fine.
either way.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a great hat to wear to like a country concert or you know, like a state fair or some
Yeah,
shit
absolutely.
like
It's
that.
for gear grinding.
Yeah, right.
That's
So,
for a monster truck rally, tractor pull.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so tonight, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we got some hats. I'll show a couple things that like we'll break the net, you know, whatever. So, got this. Jilly actually got this one. I'm going to show it on here, so you guys will screenshot that and flash it all around. Is there any chance we're going to see this, or is
It's
this
possible, yeah. So
Okay.
we actually got back from a super exciting design trip to one of our factories, and we were just, I mean, like more than usual. We were really just like throwing stuff at the wall and testing what could be done and what might work and what might look cool. And I don't know if you've seen this like Goorin script.
Yeah, we've seen a
artwork.
few of
Yeah.
you guys wearing it.
Yeah, and it's really just sort of become like, it's like a good icon, you know, and it's really fun. So we're testing out different applications, different hat shapes and styles, but it's very likely you'll see something like
This one's mine because
Yeah.
you know I love camo, as you've probably heard me say many
Yeah.
times on the show. So duck camo on
Yeah.
this one. This one's perfect. So.
One thing to note about those two also is that we've got this Monstera leaf that is embroidered here, and on Jilly's it's over here.
Yep.
That's exclusive to any. That'll be like a jungle event exclusive.
So perfect.
So like even if this hat were to come out,
It
in
won't have
production,
that
it
little-
won't have the Monstera leaf on it.
So there you go. What other take? I mean, like, so like heading into 2024, I know you just told the audience here, we're gonna get some more limited capsules and everything next year. There's still gonna be the same capsules that are gonna drop within, like, you know, the buckles, the DTLRs, things like that.
Yep.
But we're also gonna get back to more limited capsules,
Yeah.
more, you know, intricate designs on the
Definitely.
capsules.
Definitely.
People are gonna be like
Yeah.
excited about these. Like, people are excited about the limited. There's a lot of people who shit on the capsules right now. Like, they're like, oh, they're everywhere. We
Sure.
don't want to, you know, they want limited stuff. Like,
Right.
everybody wants to have limited things.
Yeah, everybody wants what other people don't want.
Right.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's some really cool. It's funny because I'm thinking about. I was just reminded right after we talked, right after I did that Q&A, about the first limited capsule for next year, and it's in February.
Okay.
And I was like, literally, somebody mentioned it to me, like, that's the first one. I mean, like, I can't exactly say invented, but we could patent the hats. that
Oh.
are going to be dropping in the
Oh, I
capsule in
think
February.
something you might. Is that something you told me already?
No, I
No.
mean,
Oh.
there's actually a few capsules next year that we could potentially
Right,
patent.
right.
No, you're thinking of another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
later in the year.
Okay.
But no, the one in February, we basically I almost like created a fabric sort of. It's really cool.
So
I'm
a different
really-
kind of fabric.
It's very It's,
Wow.
It's definitely not going to be for everybody, but it's very cool, and it's
Awesome.
going to be very limited.
You guys out there too, like I just want to say, like this is your time. Like if you do have like a good question out there, and I see it pop up, like your questions are popping up like very intermittently on the screen here. But if you have a good question for Michael, now is the time. Like we got him here. Like we don't have him often on Hat Talk Live, so definitely shout your questions out for him as well. So appreciate you. Appreciate the 22 million out there. I see distinguished gentlemen out there watching. Appreciate everybody. I sorry I made you guys wait tonight.
I made you guys wait.
No, it
he was on time. He's a prompt individual, but I
it was
play it
actually,
loose.
It was the dinner that made
It
us.
was the dinner.
The dinner was late, so. But yeah. So man, there's so much like that. I know people would want to ask you and everything. Like it's like a time to like to do that and everything. 25 million people watching.
There you go. Am I a genius when it comes to crossword puzzles? Yeah, and some of you guys have gotten close.
Somebody
But-
hit it today. Can we
but-
say that?
Yeah,
But we aren't gonna say who because he'll get hounded.
yeah, but there's more to it.
To hear him, it does want him a 13-month. So you're now the Michael Koester 13th month petition
Yeah,
is
let's
gonna
go.
What do we got to do? Like
go.
change.org or something like
Let's do
that. We're
I
gonna get
would
the
love-
fucking.
That would be amazing.
Can it be a summer fucking month though or something? Because
Yeah.
like I don't want
I-
an extra winter
for
month
sure.
where I am. Like it sucks.
I hear that. Yeah.
We were talking a little bit. Do you want to talk about your history a little bit? Can we do that? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
so
you were
like
mentioning
you
that.
told me a cool story earlier, and I just want to like. I think that was like pretty awesome. Like the way you explained, like how you started and everything. People might not know that you were in a band and everything. That's how
Yeah.
you ended up in Austin, Texas, and everything.
Right.
And then, I'm like, we can fast forward a little bit. You ended up working at the Austin store.
Yes.
Pandemic hits.
Yep.
Some things happen,
Yeah.
and you reach out to someone at the company,
Yep.
and like basically you just become. Like you had some experience doing some design, but
Right.
not like the extent that you're doing now.
Yeah. So when I was working at the Austin shop, I worked my way up from like a holiday hire to running that store over like 2-3 years of just really busting my ass with loving the brand and loving the company. And that store was doing really well. It was one of the higher volume stores, and so I got asked on a couple different occasions to design product that was like specific to that store. The idea being like the customer, so what do your customers want? And I was given a very rare opportunity to just do that with no experience and just be sort of like shepherded by Peep, who's actually the other designer.
Yes.
Like actually like mentored me a lot on how to do all that. I designed some stuff for South by Southwest and a few other things, and those hats they sold really well. I mean, it's when you're designing for customers, you can actually hit the nail on the head. And so when the pandemic hit and retail slowed down, I was done with retail. I was just over it. It was not the vibe anymore. So Ben gave me a shot doing design with basically no design. I mean, I had no design background. My only like true resume before Goorin was driving a Subaru Outback around the Midwest playing rock shows. Like that was it, you know?
And it's such a great story, like to hear like somebody getting a shot at something like, and like it might not even really been like what your dream was really, right?
For
like
sure.
I mean, like you didn't
Yeah.
even really like ever say like, oh, like my dream is to be a hat designer
No
or
way.
anything.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
but
No.
now it's something you are very passionate about, obviously.
Yeah, that's sort of one of the things I always like am so grateful for with being a designer here is like I'm a musician, right? But like fundamentally that means I'm a creative person, and the fact that like I get to pour that creativity into the designs of these hats. I always describe the Friday drops as like being like constantly having to release a hit single every Friday.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like how I look at it, really. Mermaid 3.0. Well, I was talking about doing a gold one for his most hated show.
Not top 10.
Stay tuned.
It's not top 10. It's not most hated.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll change it to most hated now if you want. I mean, I can do that.
But yeah, I it's nice to be able to be creative in that way, even if it's making hats instead of music. And to be fair, and I don't mean this in like a shitty way, but like that's why I get so fucking shitty in the comments when people are like making fun of the Friday drops.
Yeah, and I was telling you earlier, like I did a pairing this week, and people
Right.
were shitting on my pairing, and I was like, man, I feel like
Just
you
hurt
now.
your feelings.
Yeah, I was
You're like, hey,
man.
this is like a thing I put some thought and some, but I get it. Not everything for every person, and to be fair, like most people don't have taste, which you know, like.
Yeah, right. Like if you don't like Hat Talk Live, I don't know what the fuck's the matter with you. I mean, why would you not like it, right? So, yeah. So it's been such a fun year. Like, I mean, I don't know if you want to say, like, do you have, like, I know you don't.
Oh, I'm good.
We're getting drink orders over here. When are we gonna? Oh, that's what I told you about. I don't even know, but I gave you the name. I gave you the name of a hat.
Yeah.
I think it's
Probably end of next year. I'm working on it.
Metalcore, end of next year. There you go. I don't even want to say it anymore. I told him the whole story about Perkins in Orlando, but yeah. New Year's Eve review, not top 10. That's the next fun part. My wife was saying that's literally what Michael deals with. Like when I had that shit, like the guy literally messaged me. Like I know he's a fan too. I'm not shitting on.
Sure. Yeah.
He's like, yo man, like usually you're better than this, and I'm like, whoa, like. Thanks, dude. And then the next day, like when I did the Grinch one with your Sourpuss hat and the Kobe Grinch 6s, he's like, all right, now this is perfect. And I go, thanks for not, now after shitting on me yesterday, now I came back with a home run. So
the audiences are fickle.
yes, and again, and that's what I try and tell people on the show too, is like that not every Friday drop is for everybody. Like there's no rule that you have to buy everything. I don't buy everything. I mean, I keep it real.
Anything, so.
We might be banned from Perkins, my wife was saying. Allegedly. What is, I mean, like, I know you said, like, your favorite drops are the ones that in the future.
Yeah.
Can you say, like, favorite capsule, favorite Friday drop of the year? Like, I mean, I think this one you told me in February was your, like, this is one of your proudest.
Definitely. He found a wild cutthroat tonight.
Yeah, it was wild. It was hanging out. I got an extra one now.
Yeah.
Now everybody's gonna be, oh, yo, can I get that cut?
Yeah.
Is it still though? Like,
Mesh 2.0 is totally gonna happen.
Really? See, they've been hitting me up about that a few times.
It's actually really cool. The samples are really cool. They actually made us like open up a whole new product line. It's really cool.
So, is it gonna be the same kind of style of?
They're more like the truckers.
Okay. So
they're more trucker shade. They're less
flimsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
More structured.
Yeah.
Cool.
I put like a reinforcer in it, and yeah, they're really cool.
Cool.
So that was that question.
All right. So that's a good, cutthroat. Like, I mean, you told me in February before this one dropped, we didn't know what it was. It was actually that week of the trade show and everything.
Yeah.
Is this still like one of your proudest works?
I think so. I think so. It's just like so much of what goes into the Friday drops, I feel like I either go, am I going to do something that's like really clean and measured, like something more recently like the Trusty, right? It's like a really just like a clean,
very nice material.
Yeah.
Just
so like, am I going to do that, or am I going to do like some nonsense like yesterday where I'm just gonna like completely go against everything and just design some crazy shit because I want to like break some rules? And I feel like this is one of the best examples of doing both at the same time.
Right.
It's like literally had to like redesign the patch and the panels, but the hat still turned out super clean.
Yeah.
So
this wasn't easy either, right?
It took some work.
This is like a lot of like to get this mesh into the crown and everything.
Yeah, to measure everything. Yeah.
That's basically like this red color on the bird here and everything.
How can I help you? Oh, you're chilling.
Yo,
You're chilling. No. I'm just we're live right now.
We're live on YouTube.
Sorry.
You're fine. This is
special.
I already spoke about you on the show.
Perfect.
Yeah. Say hello.
What's going on, man? Special
Hi.
guest. Special guests.
It's the jungle.
So, and like I was telling people earlier, I know this is an earlier, I don't even remember, what was this, like April or May of this year or something like that? Like this, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but this is like the black top, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this like material on the bottom, like this is where I feel like there should be like, and we've talked about like maybe like a behind the design, like me and you like discussing like the designs of these hats sometimes, because there's a story sometimes with these, and I feel like a lot of people didn't realize this. They're like, oh, I just thought that was just like a piece of material.
Yeah.
But this is actually the road. So roadkill, you know, basically that armadillo, you know, and everything you guys have seen in this hat. But the underneath of this is inspired by like the black top.
Right.
So
yeah.
And that's like, and I feel like that's like a cool touch that like a lot of people just would.
Yeah, I mean, you and I both know, and you say it all the time, I say it all the time, but like the Friday drops are like, they look cool on when they drop, they look cool online, but they're always better in person.
Yeah.
So I always recommend that if you're like 50-50 on a drop and you're like sort of like lukewarm on it, benefit of the doubt is probably that it's dope in person, and it might make it just worth picking up.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You definitely hit that right, because there's so many times you get it in hand and you just feel the quality of it. I mean, like even like just recently with Roach, I mean, like your typical glitter hat, but like you just feel like even the underbrim, and things like that, like it just like it makes it feel quality.
Are the Goorin labels on the brim ever going to be another color? Yes.
So they are going to
They'll
change
mostly be black, but I have some. It'll always be special. If they're a different color, it'll be for a special reason.
A lot of people ask, like, and he's distinguished gentleman Nick there. He always asks, like, I get these questions about the limited circulation, and I feel like that's kind of been like, I mean, is it fair to say it's kind of not been consistent? Like
sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that basically things expanded so fast, and we didn't know certain hats weren't going to be limited when we were making them, you know. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh my god, we need thousands of these, tens of thousands of these.
Right, because like you see sometimes this pops up on like a hat that's in like the DTLRs and buckles.
Sure.
Obviously, it's not as limited circulation.
Yeah, I think a big part of what'll change with that is like what we're talking about here with the idea of the jungle. Like we're actually talking about updating some of the labeling so that the jungle is always referential to something limited or exclusive.
Yeah.
And it sort of like has its own labeling system, so it doesn't get confused anymore.
So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit too. So that one of the reasons why we are here in Miami is this jungle. What is it? Velvet Jungle is what
Velvet
they call
Jungle.
it.
That's this version of
the name of the party.
Yeah.
And somebody asked this question already. Has there been an idea that you had that was just too crazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can let Tony tell you guys next week on. I'm gonna let him save that for next week.
I don't even know if I remember now what it.
I'll write it out.
Yeah.
I'll let you have that content.
I do
for next
remember.
week's show.
Yeah, it was kind of like, there was a few hats that you got.
There's a whole capsule that got cut, but I can actually list out for you because so I did a whole capsule. I'll tease it, but I'm gonna give it next week. I'm gonna give it to Big T for the show.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you all night.
So there was a whole capsule I did. It was 5 patches. I called it the explicit capsule. I wanted to drop it on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I was so determined to do this, but the patches ended up being so lewd that we canned the whole project.
Holy shit.
It's 5 patches. 4 of them I redesigned for other hats. One was the sloppy hat.
And one was blow too, right?
No, yes, it was. It didn't say blow.
No.
It said something else.
Yeah. For you Pornhub fans out there.
It was extremely, it was graphic. I mean, like
story time with Big T, baby.
Yeah. It was graphic. I'll fill him.
Tune in Thursday night.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. I know the Hat Talk Live Army is out there anxiously anticipating a manatee hat with Big T on it.
Yeah.
Will it ever happen?
I think so. We're moving it. That's sort of the idea of the jungle, right? We're talking about being able to do more exclusive stuff, limited stuff, and being able to do like really special pieces. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really what we're kind of moving into at this level, right?
Yeah.
At at this like exclusive family level. The people who are in the app groups, like the We the Ones group, like those are the people that are going to get access to those more like exclusive different pieces.
Big tits coming next year to OnlyFans too. Like, I didn't have my hands in that one though. As far as next year, without giving stuff away, we saw some teasers floating around tonight. A few people were wearing some hats of a capsule dropping in the spring. Is that one of your most anticipated capsules? Is that something you're proud? No, okay.
I'm proud of it.
Proud of it, but just not. It's not one of your.
The shit dropping in the summer next year is just some of the coolest shit we've ever done.
Awesome.
I mean, honestly, the limited capsules coming next year, I'm just so happy with them. They're so cool. I did a bunch. Peep did a few that are really good. Yeah, the limited capsule stuff. Once we're getting back into that next year, I really think it's gonna start a fire again.
How much of this, like, the patches do you do? Like, are you like, patch designing, or are you just doing like
I'm doing the whole thing.
You're doing everything.
Yeah, we do the whole thing from scratch. We just brought on a new member to the team that's probably going to have a little bit more hand in the patch designing too. But yeah, I mean, we do everything from the patch to the hat to sometimes the photography.
Yeah, because I said, I said on the show a couple times, and I like talked to you about it too, was in the fall. I felt like some of the patches like really like started looking really good.
Yes.
Like Colin was one of them. Like I felt like that sheep like really looked good.
Yeah.
I think anytime you do insects, for some reason the insects always look great.
Our embroidery factory excels at insects and they excel at reptiles.
Okay, so like this past Friday, with the two-headed turtle also was another great patch too. But I just really felt like there was like a bunch of patches this fall, like where, like if you were a patch lover, like as far as like wow, that patch makes the hat.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot more of that on the next few Friday drops too. The Friday drop patches are like also strong coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah, the next run of Friday drops are all really good.
Yeah, well, they're all. I mean, again, there's always something for everybody. Again, nobody has to buy everything. I don't like. We never push that. Like, I mean, but hopefully there's enough people out there in the pool that eventually just makes the hat sell out anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if it's not for you, it's okay. It's probably for another 1,000 or so people or whatever.
Yeah, not everybody wants a mermaid. I get it.
Okay, yeah. Somebody out there is saying that they like to see the hats in my hand, so I think we talked about that with the limited capsules and everything next year. Like, hopefully,
that's a goal.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get those.
Will there be any more Saturday
DTLR
drops? The DTLR drops?
I think there's one more that's out there.
I think there is one more, but
there's more.
Generally, it's not really. Not in the same way.
Okay.
Not in the same way. We're kind of changing how we're going to drop. We're still dropping stuff with DTLR, but it won't be like their Saturday at noon thing. We were wondering if that was exhausting too. Yeah. Like drop, especially when we do a capsule on a Sunday. Like drop. It's just a lot. I get it. I get stressed.
I don't know if we want. Well, I don't think I bring that up. With the DTLR drops that were like, like a lot of people commented, they're like, oh, the DTLR drops are better than the Friday drops.
Yeah,
but
it's amazing.
But
I love that.
They came from the same person.
I know, I love that.
So it's like,
I love that.
I hate to say idiots, but like.
Oh my God, the cops just showed up.
Hat Talk Live, first ever arrested on the show.
Hilarious.
Get more donations, having a nice hat. Well, I must have missed something. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm not going to keep you all night
pleasure,
because
yeah.
we're in a party and everything here. The cops just showed up and everything.
Yeah,
we're getting arrested. So, any last questions out there? Oh,
about the jackets. Yes, we're actually still working on jacket shapes, but that's still in the works. I know it's been like a million years, but we're trying to put together our jacket pattern.
We're seriously getting arrested.
It's all right.
No. All right. So we'll wrap it up. You'll see him, Michael Koester. Super nice guy, awesome designer as always. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Man.
I appreciate
Always.
you, everything you've done for the Hat Talk Live Army and everything, and being a part of this and everything, and helping out and answering this questions. Because these people out there love you and they love getting this information.
I love these people too. Yeah. And maybe I'll come back for your not top 10 show so you can say it to my face.
Yeah. See, I think that we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what's better than me shitting on your drops right in front of you?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can just explain yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, that'll
perfect.
be my goal. If I can make it onto your show for that, I'm gonna see if I can talk one of those drops out of your not top 10.
All right, so I got to make it like a top, not top 15.
Yeah.
And then like you'll have to like convince me like why
Yeah.
it's not shit.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be the
It's
plan.
never shit, but
Yeah.
it's just not mine.
For sure. I get
Some
it.
of them I don't have, but that's okay. And then the golden mermaid.
Golden Mermaid.
All right. Well, thank you, man. I
Yeah, dude,
appreciate
my pleasure,
you.
my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Get some drinks.
Yeah, we're gonna get some drinks. We're gonna get out of here. Velvet Jungle live from Miami. Sorry for making you guys wait tonight, but I appreciate you guys. We had a good, strong crowd in here, and Big T we trust as always. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube. Appreciate you guys watching this special live edition, Hat Talk live from Miami, the first time ever from Miami tonight. And what else can I say? Thank you guys. Appreciate you. As always, he's got the peace sign.
Good night.
Peace.